I received a phone call from Secretary Abalos at before 10:30 a.m. about a witness, middleman, person detained from liberty, deprived of liberty, a PDL, had died in Bilibid. The name in the records of Bilibid is this: June Villamor E. Globa. The president to tell him about this. And what was the reaction of the president? He asked me to preventively suspend Undersecretary, Director General Gerald Bantag of Bucur, so that there may be a fair, impartial investigation on the matter, so that all doubts will be put to rest that there are no sacred cows in this administration. To inquire about this matter. And the Bucur had a hard time answering the question about the person, Crisanto Palana Villamor Jr. And after a while, I got the name of, that's the name given to me by the Philippine National Police about the identity of the person who had died inside Bilibid. Anyway, the press con was conducted on Monday at 10:30 in the morning. I think you're aware of that. Huh? And it appears, and from the record of the hospital, that at 2 p.m., the person was dead already on the same day. He was rushed to the National Bilibid Hospital, yung hospital ng corrections, and they tried to revive him, but he was dead already. Okay. But nobody knew. Ito lang yung timeline, no? Because October 18, we found out that the gunman had surrendered. And October 19, the PNP, through the Chief of Police of Las Piñas, of Muntinlupa, went to Bilibid to inquire about the identity, about this person, about Crisanto Villamor. And the answer of Bilibid was there's no person by that name inside Bilibid. And it appears that the name in the records of Bilibid is this: June Villamor E. Globa. June Villamor E. Globa. No? Kasi ito yung mga record niya. Ito yung case management record niya. And there's no name of Crisanto Villamor, but he is the person. One and the same person. Okay? He was sentenced for frustrated frustrated murder ba ito? Sentensyado siya for attempted murder, and violation of gun ban. Kaya nakakulong siya. So, on inquiry, if you inquire with Bilibid, with the name given of Crisanto Villamor Jr., there's no such person. But it appears it's one and the same person. Ito nga, no? June Villamor E. Garcia. And then, in the case where he was sentenced, his name is June Villamor E. Globa. E. Globa. So you have a person who is known by three names, who was the person of interest in the Percy Lapid killing, who died, and when his record was being verified, it was not immediately verified because the name inside the records of Bilibid was another name. Same family name, but it's a June Villamor. E. Garcia or E. Globa. depending on what record you look at. Pero sa ibang record naman, Igloba, no? But I think his name is really Crisanto Villamor Igloba. Sometimes it's very hard to determine, but we know he's one and the same person. Anyway, the gunman pointed out to two players or two actors in the conspiracy. One of them was this person, this Villamor, and another person was pointed to who was in BJMP, in the facility of the police in Taguig, and he's now under custody. So that will clarify the question about middlemen, the role of middlemen here. And it also points out a lot of things about our correction system and the carpeta system. Many of the things we're trying to reform right now. Problema talaga ng ating corrections and correction system, which is the carpeta. No? Carpeta is the record of the prisoner. Kagaya nga yan, ito imagine, no? When you ask for it, you think it's instantaneous. You can actually get it instantaneously. But remember, Bilibid has 29,000 inmates. In Bilibid alone, 29,000 inmates. 17,000 in the maximum security prison. That's bigger than a small town, and it's as big as the largest barangay in this country. No? So this is no joke, no, pagdating dito sa bagay na to. Ayan, no? So, what do we do now? How do we move forward from this, no? Kasi nga, ito, no? Nag-validate ang police noong 19, sabi nga, nag-certify pa sila na walang pangalan na ganon sa record ng Bilibid. Kasi nga, dapat makikita nyo, wala talagang pangalan na gano'n sa loob ng Bilibid. Sinertify yan. Ito yung chief of police ng Las Piñas talking to the corrections officer Lim about this matter. And this is a document provided by Lim about the case record of John Villamor. Na the same name as the deceased. Yung namatay, yun. So ito yung record nila ng namatay, John Villamor. Okay? And then we also got another person of interest related to John Villamor, who is now in custody of the PNP with I called up New Bilibid to turn over the person, and he was turned over to the PNP last night. And he's now on the PNP Custodial Center. Yung isa person of interest there, no, who may be a witness, who may know about the persons involved from inside Bilibid. No? This is one request of the intelligence agents who are working on the case from the Philippine National Police. Also, I asked the National Bureau of Investigation to check and study the Percy Lapid case, to look at all possible motives for the attack, for the gruesome attack and the fatal attack on Percy Lapid, so that we may know of who may have motives against Percy Lapid. We have to open everything here, and in the meantime, I was in conference last night with the President. I informed him about the developments. We spoke about this case lengthily because I was in conference also at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, at 5:30, I think, or 5:45. I was in conference with the Secretary Abalos and the senior officers of the case, and I was given the briefing yesterday. Kahapon ko lang nalaman itong Bucur angle nito, because I was never informed from October 18 about this. Kahapon lang when Secretary Abalos called me that the person had died. No? So I tried to find out everything I could, and we had a conference prior to the press conference of Secretary Abalos. Actually, kami ang magkasama. No? Kami ang magkasama ni Secretary Abalos. And then with the police, we were briefed about the Percy Lapid case. And then I went to the President to tell him about this. And what was the reaction of the President? he asked me to preventively suspend Undersecretary, Director General Gerald Bantag of Bucur, so that there may be a fair, impartial investigation on the matter, so that all doubts will be put to rest that there are no sacred cows in this administration. And at the same time, that he asked me to appoint an OIC in New Bilibid from an order of the President. We'll be appointing Gregorio Catapang Jr. as OIC of Bucur. Gregorio Catapang Jr. was the Chief of Staff before of the Philippine military, the whole Philippine military. So the floor is open to questions now.
Secretary, kasi may mga nagsasabi na scripted, marami pong nagsasabi na bakit abrupt ganun yung nangyari sa case, namatay yung nasabing middleman. Your thoughts about it po?
Well, the first thing that you do is turn to science, and immediately after I found out, and I was able to trace, a report was given to me that he was at Eastern Funeral Homes, the remains. We immediately sent a team of NBI yesterday to conduct an autopsy. And there were many witnesses. I think the Chief of Police of Las Piñas and Muntinlupa were there. Marami tayong testigos sa autopsy. The autopsy was conducted for a few hours. And a toxicology report is being prepared as we speak, because it has to be a thorough autopsy. So to find out about the crime, or if there's a crime committed to the person, we have to. I don't believe in coincidence. We just have to check every angle. So we put to rest many doubts by conducting a scientific inquiry through an autopsy of the cadaver of Crisanto Villamor Jr. or June Villamor, as they call him, or on the record.